Morning, everyone. Hi, I'm Meg from Loven Stamps, and you are in the Loven Stamps studio with me this morning. So happy Thursday to you. Happy pre-Friday. I always have to think about what day of the week it is, right? Anyway, I have a project to share with you that I think will make you very happy. We are combining ice cream and doubling it to make a double scoop cone today. And I don't know, if a double scoop cone isn't just what everybody needs on a pre-Friday, like what else could it be, right? So we're going to talk about new in colors. We're going to talk about this Ice Cream Swirl Bundle. We're going to talk about the new format of embossing folders, 3D embossing folders that you're going to see in some of the new selections in the book that starts on May 1st. And let's see, I've got mailbag, we got some papers to show you, all kinds of good things, and a really, really awesome in color offer for starting on May 1st. So kind of blows away ones that we've seen in the past. So I'll tell you more about that too. So say hi, good morning, everything. Oh, you guys are already on it saying good morning. Woohoo! Hey, Sue and Tanya, Becky, everybody. So yeah, let's get started with our project here. The two colors that we're going to, or three colors, I guess, that we're going to feature most are the three of the new in colors. So these are Peach Pie, Petunia Pop, and Pretty in Pink. And like I've said before, if Pretty in Pink sounds like you have seen this before, sounds familiar, rings a bell, that's because it is a returning color from, I swear, like 22 years ago when I started being a demonstrator. Pretty in Pink was a color. So there's a few oldies but goodies around from that time. Let's see, Real Red is one. I don't know, what other colors do you guys remember from that time period? Hey, Carol. Hey, Trish. What else is that? Is that much of a legacy? Cajun Craze, is that one that old? Old Olive definitely is. Night of Navy's been around for a billion years. I think Early Espresso has too. BB? Well, no, Cherry Cobbler wasn't around originally. So anyway, over the years, we've had some great colors. Oh, Garden Green. Yes, Becky, you're right. Garden Green. So, there are some amazing longevity colors. But then we have great things that we add to those, every couple years with new in colors. And Pecan Pie is also a newer color. It came out last, summer. Hey, Nikki. And I have been using a ton of it for our ice cream projects. So let me sort of wet your whistle, so to speak. So these are two of the Ice Cream Swirl projects that I have showed you in past episodes. So you can look those up on Maker Mornings with Meg on Facebook or YouTube. And we did, I think, both of these here together. And so I'm going to show you another project today. We're going to make a slimline card. And if you've been wondering about the idea of slimline, the great thing about this card format is that it fits into a number 10 envelope. And so the finished card size here is 3.5 by 8.5 is sort of the pseudo standardized card size for slimline. But really, I think probably slimline could refer to anything that goes this direction. We're going to open this way. Oh, yeah, you would have to like piece papers to have it open the other way. And then we're going to add a card layer to this in Peach Pie. And I love these Peach Pie and Pecan Pie together. It's as if pies were meant to go together. So everybody knows that it's better to get a small piece of both kinds when you're offered the option rather than just a whole piece of one, right? I don't know. Maybe you guys have a favorite. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and do some embossing on this. So I'm going to switch our cameras back so you can come with me to my embossing spot. And I have set up here my Stampin' Cut emboss machine because I wanted to show you a little reminder about embossing folders. So first of all, this is the new size. This is a new embossing folder. It'll come out May 1st. Here's a piece of paper to show you. It is 8.5 inches tall. So you can emboss a full half sheet of this pretty much. There's like a teeny margin that's hard to reach. But you can emboss a full half sheet with one of these folders. So for comparison, let's see, here's the past folder size. So see the difference there. So not all of the folders will come in this new size. Of course, there will be some that fit into the small, the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and then there'll be some regular size ones, but then these other ones here. Now, we've noticed that in the catalog, they're not identified as what size format they are, but you can look at the price difference, we think, and tell the difference. Otherwise, on May 1st, you can look in the online store and see that, no problem. So we are going to luxuriously emboss this full piece here. As always with embossing folders, I remind you not to put the cardstock into the hinge of the folder because you don't want to put extra stress on that. And then we are going to go ahead and put this through. Now, on a 3D embossing folder, you are going to use a little bit different format for your plates. You're going to use the big block, and you are going to use this plate number 4. And if you feel like you are forgetting which things you're worried you won't remember, it's right here. The directions are on the plate, which I love because then you can't lose them or misplace them or forget which drawer you put them in. And so that makes it really easy to always have what you need. So I'm just going to line these up and put these through, and I will show you the fabulousness that is this 3D embossing folder. All right, so let's come back. Sorry, my chair's scraping. Let's come back here and switch our camera. There we go. Okay, so back to our folder here. And let's see. Oh, hi, Jeffrey. Oh, Tanya says she likes peach pie and pecan pie together. Yeah, agreed. All right. Oh, hey, Margie. Okay, so we're going to open these up. And I did it a little off center. So this sort of gives us like an epicenter here of our pattern. And you could use this either direction. So one of the nice things about 3D embossing folders is they emboss both up from the surface and down below the surface, both directions. And so you can use them either way you like. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get ready to attach these. But before we do, we are going to grab some ribbon in the new Petunia Pop color. And I had, of course, set this, I put it someplace safe. So I guess here I'll open a new roll of this. I'm on my second roll of this already. I sent some of the new ribbon. Did you guys, anybody who got one of my Stampin' Up! Catalog packages as one of my current customers, you guys got a sample of ribbon in yours. So stay tuned. On May 1st, I'm going to do a new catalog walkthrough, and I'll show you that card kit that you got in your new catalog package. And if you don't have a demonstrator that you work with and you would like a copy of the new catalog, make sure that you message me or request it on my Loven Stamps website. Under shop, there's a tab for catalog and a form to fill out. So anyway, this ribbon is fabulous, and I'm going to go ahead and tie this around here before I close my card down. Now you could wrap this around your whole card and seal it shut and then have a little mechanism where they have to untie the bow, but we are going to go ahead and do this. Now, you notice I actually have not cut the ribbon off of my roll yet. That is pretty easy to do here when you're tying a bow because it means that you can cut the custom length to this ribbon, okay? Now, you'll notice also that my bow is going vertical here, and that is not the way I like to have it go. So if you've ever run into this and you're like, why is my bow crooked? You try and force it back, but it just wants to be in this position. Let's go ahead and I'll teach you how to fix that, okay? So I'm back to this stage, and whatever direction you go, so left over right or right over left, you want to switch it. So this time I went right, let's see, I'll say the right part went over and under. So I'm going to take the right part and I'm going to go under and over. Okay. So see how we're facing. If you miss it, just trust me, it's different. And if you go slow, you can figure it out. So now I'm going to go ahead and tie my bow the same way I always do. And now my bow miraculously, not miraculously, we understand why, goes this direction. See, even if I try and make it go vertical, it's like, nope, I have to be this way. So go back to your first stage. I never remember which way it's gonna go, right over left or left over right. So I always tie it once and then stop and look and I'm like, is that right? Great. Pass go. If it's not right, then I untie the bow and crisscross the other direction. So it's an easy bow tying trick for you. All right, so far, honestly, I love these colors enough in this folder that could be our card, but we are not going to stop there. Okay, so let's bring in our ice cream swirl. And one of the things that I love in this is this Make-A-Wish greeting, which is pretty much good for all occasions. Okay, maybe not all occasions, but good for lots of celebration occasions, especially birthdays and happy things. So we're gonna go ahead and we're going to pop this on here. And this is a piece of pretty in pink cardstock. Remember, you don't always have to stamp on neutrals. You don't always have to stamp on basic white or very vanilla or the new basic beige. You can stamp on colored cardstock. You are allowed. I'm giving you permission. So now I'm gonna go ahead and trim this. If you're wondering how I decide where to put my trimmer, I always kind of place it where I think it's gonna go, and then I eye right in the middle of that slit there to see if for sure it's lined up the way I want. And then I close this down. The cover here is gonna lock that in place so then I can cut with no problem. Now, if you have trouble opening this, I know sometimes people get to this stage and they're like, I can't get this open. Remember that it really helps to just grab it at the top. There's kind of like a little pop that happens when you grab it at the top or bottom. It doesn't like to grab from the middle so much. So if that was like an irritant for you, let me give you some tips there. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and trim these down. So in case you're wondering why they were like way out there, I'm gonna leave lots of space on the A because, oops, that's crooked. I don't want it to get lost. Okay, so here's our pieces. So we have Make-A-Wish, and now we need our ice cream. Oh, I need one more piece here. We're gonna go ahead and stamp and die cut. I'll just show you that here. And we are going to add some ice cream. Now, you've seen before that we have stamped and die cut ice cream with this stamp set, just like this. You've seen before where we didn't die cut the ice cream at all. We just stamped and did some masking. So that was a fun tutorial. But today we're gonna use these as die cuts. So here are our pieces for here. And we're gonna go ahead and cut the background here from Pretty in Pink cardstock. And then we're going to cut the layer here from Petunia Pop cardstock. So we have those, and we're gonna cut them double so that we have a double scoop of ice cream available to us. And through the magic of television, here are those pieces. So they just layer just like this, and they are super darling together. And so let's grab just a little bit of glue here, and I'm just gonna put the glue on the big parts. I'm not gonna worry about those little tiny bits. They're not gonna come off or anything. So remember, multi-purpose liquid glue is super strong, so you don't have to worry about that. And popping this on. I just stuck my hand in the glue. I don't love that. Don't love that. I'm gonna have to clean that off here, or it's gonna be a thorn for a while. Let's see. I have to clean this. Da-da-da. All right, gotten that cleaned off mostly. I'll have to wash my hands later. Honestly, the best plan is to go wash your hands when you get glue on them like that. But here we have our glued ice cream, and you can stack them up. You could do these in different colors. You could do as many of them as you like, but they are going to give us a really fun accent here on our card, a really fun centerpiece. So let's look back at our dies. We also have the cone die, and for the cone, we have these pieces that are connected. So when we made our box here, we cut one set of this and trimmed it in half so that we had the center. For this project, we're just gonna use one of them. And I'm gonna cut this from Pecan Pie cardstock. And when you do the cutting, you can also put in the texture at the same time. I love to use a piece of washi tape to just secure those dies in relation to each other so that one doesn't pop onto the top of the other one. When you're die cutting, you don't want to damage the dies, and they do not like to cut metal. So they don't want to be on top of each other. So go ahead and run this through your die cut machine, and we have this very pretty cone that is here ready to go. Now we could go ahead and add the little cone bottom here on this, but I actually, here's an example of that. But I actually, for our card, like the idea of leaving this plain so that we can just really show off our, I'm going to move this out of the way here so that our stuff stops moving, so that we can show off our print on our piece. So, all right, we're going to extend this to cover most of our card here. We got, like, who needs gravity holding our ice cream down? We've got glue. And then I want to add one little accent. And fortunately, the Ice Cream Swirl stamp set has several fun accents that you can put on your ice cream. So through the magic of television, I have stamped and die cut this little cookie straw. And we have our die cut cookie straw here, ta-da, to add to our ice cream. So just like that. So now that I have that sort of in our picture, I can see that it's a little bit too tall because I don't want our cookie straw to crowd the top of our card. So I'm going to move this down just a little bit. So get everything situated where you think you want it. I think my bow, I'm going to scoot up. All right. And then, there we go, because I want to leave room for our greeting at the bottom, and I'll show you that in a minute. So we're going to go ahead and start attaching things now. So I love, with texture like the 3D embossing folder, this is a really deep texture like you saw when I put it all together. So I sometimes use a little more adhesive than I would otherwise because you don't know exactly where your adhesive is hitting on the folder, and you want to make sure, or the embossed design, I guess, you want to make sure that you're getting a good bond in there, because if you're only hitting like the dot part, you might not be getting a really great bond between your pieces and your card, and you don't want them to pop off. So if you're like, Meg, you're using more than a single Stampin' Dimensional on those pieces, that's fine. Yes. I promise I'm not like totally changing my low dot usage plan, but get this out of the way. Although you could use as many dimensionals as you like. There's no shortage. All right, and then we have our last piece here, and I'm going to use the edge of my dimensionals. And there's no shortage because we can serve and use our edge pieces, right? Everybody does that, hopefully? Okay, so perfectly sized here. You could use the mini dimensionals too. And I'm going to go ahead and place this just like that. So we have our little cookie on our cone, because who doesn't need a cookie on top of the cone? I'm pretty sure that's a requirement. All right, and now we'll come back with our Make-A-Wish, and we're gonna put dimensionals on those too. Now these, I think we can get away with just one each. They're pretty small, so hopefully we'll hit in a good place. And it's a good strategy sometimes to put the top and the bottom on first, and then you can fit the middle one in between. That way you know everything is gonna go. All right, so there's that. And we have our ribbon. We're gonna have to attach this. And of course, we're gonna need some bling. So let's get our card attached. Again, I really like tear tape or multi-purpose liquid glue for this because they have really strong sticky power. Seal Plus would also be a good choice. But you wanna make sure that this folder here, especially since there's so much dimension to it, has a really good bond between the card and the layer. So you don't want your pieces to fall apart. Okay, so we're gonna give that a little press here because multi-purpose liquid glue bonds very strongly, but not instantly. So the perk I was gonna mention before is you can shift it just a little bit for a second or two after you stick it down. All right, now let's pop on some dimension and gems. We've got a lot of dimension on this card already, but these are the In Color Shimmer Gems, and they are part of the new catalog also. So these are the new In Colors: Summer Splash, Pretty in Pink, Petunia Pop, Peach Pie, and, oh no, I did that backward. This is Summer Splash because it's a little bit like Pool Party, Coastal Cabana. And this is Shy Shamrock, which is I just love that name. I'd like to be in the room where they dream up the names of colors, wouldn't you? So let's go ahead and add some gems to this. And I was looking for my take your pick tool here. Make sure I've got some putty there on the end. And I think just maybe a couple of purples. What do you think? So I've got this one here. I'm gonna pop up and one, I'll use a big one too. Remember to use the slide and stick method with your dimensionals. Just a really easy way to slide them off of the paper and then stick them down on your project. So there we have our Slimline card. Yeah, Sue, I knew you'd like the gems. So speaking of the new in colors and these pretty color choices, Stampin' Up! Announced yesterday that from May 1st till May 31st, they're going to bring out a kit that includes, not a kit, sorry, an offer for new demonstrators. So in the demonstrator starter kit, you will get, in addition to the regular stuff that you pick out, the $125 worth of product, you will get all 5 new in colors. But wait, that's not all. Sorry, I couldn't help it. You're also going to get all the assorted cardstocks for these. So a couple sheets of each one. You're going to get the assorted designer series papers for these, and you're going to get the 5 Stampin' Write markers to match them. So it's $82 worth of fabulous in colorness with your starter kit. So you can learn more about that. There's a link in the video description, or just go to the Loven Stamps website and look on the join my team information and check out that amazingly fabulous, like really one of the best I've seen in a long time, offer starting on May 1st. Plus then you're technically a demonstrator and you get to shop with a discount for as long as you stay a demonstrator. So good times all around there. Now, if you are thinking that you would like also new designer series paper from the new catalog, there are 12 different packages of designer series paper in this new book. And the chance to get them all is yours at the cost of a full pack of paper for each one, or you would probably be much happier wait, are you still there? I pressed a button. Okay. You would be very happy, I think, to participate in the Loven Stamps Designer Series Paper Share. So I just, hot off the press, am announcing this. And this is just a sampling. This is half of the papers, or a little less than half of the papers, because there's 12 packages. I guess this is half. I can count to 6. Anyway, hey, Shar. The papers here, the way that the Loven Stamps Paper Share works is you get all 91 of the new paper patterns, so in 6x6 pieces. So these are them. And if you haven't noticed, I share a ton of ideas for how to use 6x6 paper here on Maker Mornings with Meg and on my Loven Stamps idea gallery. You can look up 6x6. It's actually 6x6 DSP is a category on my blog because I use it so often, but different ways to use the 6x6 papers. Or because you are getting ready to stamp card bases as part of my paper share, and this is the best feature ever, then you have a ready-made card here ready to go. So if you wanted to use this airplane here, all you'd have to do is pick up the card base that you like, fold it in half, and trim this down, and this would be a great card ready to go. Yay! Tanya says she loves my paper shares. Thanks, Tanya. I'm so glad. Yeah, we have lots and lots of repeat sharers, and I sent this out to my email newsletter, and it was like popcorn. People who've done the paper share before, all like, yes, save my spot, save my spot. So you'll get those invoices today, folks, if you've submitted your request already. And so we have our papers here with ready to stamp card bases, because most commonly people say, I don't need more paper. I haven't used what I've got. And so having the card base with the paper in coordinating colors makes it so much easier to make a card. So you don't have to go searching for supplies. All you have to do is find some stamps, or honestly, some of these are just so gorgeous. This one is Unbounded Beauty. I can't remember now. Unbounded something or other. Comment if you remember. These papers are so gorgeous. You could just mount them onto the cardstock and stick a greeting on and be done. So there's one more paper in here. This is the new in color feature paper. So you can see how gorgeous those are. I'm clearly loving these new colors. Leanne says, hi, I'm a repeat sharer. Yes, I love sharing the papers with you guys. And honestly, I love putting the packets together. It takes quite a bit of time to do it, but I really don't mind because I get to see all of the papers, like fronts and backs, and many times over. when I do those paper shares for everybody. So these are Country Lace. Here you go, are those patterns, and then cardstock to match. I won't show you all the cardstocks because, well, they match the paper, so you get the idea. This is, I think, Country Wood. And my favorite surprise for this one is on the back side of these. Actually, that one's really pretty. Hadn't really, see, already I'm like handling the papers and noticing how much I love them. But this paper right here, these with this teal color and that petal pink, those are some of my favorites. And this one is called, I don't know, Thoughtful Expressions or something like that. We're very thoughtful in this new book. And this one is a double pack. So there's actually 12 sheets from this particular package. So you're going to get all of them, all of the pieces, all of the patterns. And so here's that cardstock. And let's see. Sorry, my computer's asking me weird questions. Then here are the papers for these. So really pretty here. And ta-da, there we go. And then finally, and I don't have a full pack of these to show you because I've already used so much of this paper, but these are the designer series papers in the new in colors. So your packet will include all of them. There's another Pretty in Pink and then 2 in Petunia Pop, but these papers are so gorgeous. And you'll get all 10 of the patterns in this included with your designer series paper share. Now, the embellishments that I was showing you make me remember that you can also get the embellishment add-on. So you'll get half a package of 7 new embellishments from the mini catalog. So this is a great way to test out the embellishments and see which ones you love the most. They're gonna come just all, ready, packaged together nicely. And so you can really see kind of what the choices are in those. And if you get the embellishment add-on, that's kind of the best value, then you also get a bonus of the new glimmer paper. So these are those fabulousness in color glimmer paper. Aren't those gorgeous? So anyone can sign up for the paper share. If you are already a demonstrator or whatnot, you are super welcome. That is totally fine. It's just a really nice chance to get a sampling of the papers so that you can see what you really love and see them all. And like I said, it's so much easier to use them because the cardstock is already included. So I think that you guys will find that really helpful. So let me know if you have any questions about this. The link for the paper share, oh my goodness, I think I forgot to put it in the video description. So I'll add it later and I'll put it in the comments so that you guys can find that. But all the papers from the new book. So, all right, I have one thing left to show you. I have a mailbag card from my friend Tanya, and I love this design. She actually sent it a long time ago, and I set it aside, so I forgot to include it in our mailbag because I was like, oh, I love that card layout. I forget it all the time, and I really need to do those. So it opens like this. So... and then she did a little stamp on the inside. Isn't that clever? It's just a half sheet of cardstock. And then the designer series paper corners to go along with it. So for sure, be watching for more card layouts like this from me. Thanks for the inspiration, Tanya. I love this card. So anyway, thank you guys for bearing with me. That was... like a video and a half practically there. I guess not too long. But I'm really excited to share these projects with you. And the Ice Cream Swirl Bundle, in case I didn't mention it, this bundle at the bundle pricing, the 10%, is available only through the end of April. So it'll still continue. You can get the stamps and the dies once the new catalog starts on May 1st. But the discount pricing is just going to be until April 30th. So, oops, I'm throwing chopsticks. Anyway, the other thing that you should know is if you are taking advantage of that discount and by getting the Ice Cream Swirl Bundle now, you will, when you shop with me, you get the PDF for all 4 projects. You get a 2 card kit in the mail from me when you place an order that is $50 or more. And you can take advantage of the clearance rack and the last chance product list. So there's some really great things that you can add to your Stampin' collection at a really, really nice price. So, Tanya says it's Mary Ellen and Becky's design. So yeah, Mary Ellen Stites. If you guys don't know her, you should go follow her too. So anyway, think that covers us for today. So happy pre-Friday to you, and I will have episodes for you on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday next week. Wednesday will be an evening episode. Wednesday will be an evening episode, 7 p.m. Central Time, and it will be our new catalog walkthrough. You guys are going to love that. We finally, when the catalog launches, I can show you the inside of it, and I have a whole stack of cards to share with you that feature new catalog sets, and so I'll look forward to sharing those with you next Wednesday. If you have any questions in the meantime, you need anything, just reach out. I'm happy to help. So happy stamping, everybody. Thanks for watching with me today, and see you soon.